Hi, I'm Pastor Dave. This is the October 7th update. Before I share with you the update information, I just want to take a moment and share from my heart. First of all, I'm very blessed to be serving two churches with folks who have strong faith and conviction. That means an awful lot. Be sure that these two congregations will live on long beyond my tenure here. Today, though, my heart is heavy. We continue to face unprecedented times, and all of our hearts grow restless while we struggle with decisions to open or close our churches to in-person worship. It's even worse when we consider how constrained we feel by the protocols that are in place for our mutual protection and safety. You know, after 6.5 long months, there's a growing sentiment that we should throw away our masks and sing out loud and worship God freely in our churches. That's been actually an ongoing issue that I've been hearing about, and there's such a longing to be in the house of the Lord regularly. In the meantime, many are feeling neglected and disconnected. They find themselves in a great spiritual struggle. I certainly understand this, and that's why my heart is heavy. I feel the pressures of leadership and the choices that must be made. These choices are never popular for everyone. We have worked hard to communicate effectively and communicate often, and I know that's still not enough. It still falls short. The truth is that no matter how well we communicate, there's always room for improvement. I've had reports of those who have not heard from me over the course of these months. And I've also heard reports from others who have not heard from you over the course of these months. And that's hard. There are also those who struggle regularly. Do they come to church when it's open? Do they stay home? Is a matter of personal comfort sometimes a matter of expediency. And the question is, though we are not forced closed, with the reality that there are active cases of COVID on both sides of our border, is it smart to gather together? Here's what I want to make sure we all understand and understand well. As wonderful as our facilities are and as protective as they are when we gather together, those facilities are not the church. You and I, we are the church. As the song goes, I am the church, you are the church, we are the church together. And if we are not going to be the church where we are, reaching out to the world around us, where we are, then we're certainly not going to do that when we gather together on Sunday morning. I understand the idea of being the light on the hill. But the truth is that light doesn't shine out to people who are not traveling by. But you shine out where you are. We all still make our journey to the grocery store, most of us anyway. Many of us find ourselves in parks and on hikes and perhaps bike rides, even out for a ride in the country. We have opportunity, and we have opportunity through this technology. Any one of us can give a message. Any one of us can speak the gospel. Any one of us can share our story. And in fact, I invite that. I challenge you not only to call folks in the church, and remember, there are people who are a part of us who are not in the directory, but I challenge you to make some phone calls to people that you haven't talked with in a long time. Maybe people that you haven't talked with at all. Is there somebody in our congregation you just don't know? Take the opportunity to call, talk to them, get to know them, pray for them, pray with them. The alternative to that is to write a note, write a card, write a letter. The other challenge that we have is to speak out. As I said, this technology affords us an amazing opportunity. I invite you to record a selfie video of your story and then send it to me. Get it to me somehow. We'll put those together and start showing them on the website. Just give me your first name and, speak your first name. You don't have to say your last name. And let's get the word out there. Who are the people of the Conklin Forks and Hollyton United Methodist Churches? What do we have to say? What does God speak to our hearts? How is our faith firm even in these difficult days? That's what the world needs to hear. That's how we can be a light to a world in darkness. All right. Now, let's get on with some of the updates that you need to be aware of. The hymns for this Sunday are from the United Methodist Hymnal, number 452, My Faith Looks Up to Thee, and number 451, Be Thou My Vision. For next Sunday, October 18th, number 139, Praise to the Lord the Almighty, verses 1, 3, and 5, and number 103, Immortal, Invisible, God Only Wise. Conklin Forks is now looking for a finance secretary to begin January 1st, 2021. Donna Manning is, after many, many wonderful years of service, and we thank you, Donna, she has offered to train whoever will serve in this role. And if you have any interest in serving in this capacity, please contact me as soon as possible. And I have for you an overview of the role of the finance secretary. I will include that in the notes, although I'm not going to speak that here. And that's for Conklin Forks United Methodist Church. With the continuing rise in COVID cases in Broome County, it's entirely possible that both churches will be closed again for in-person worship this coming Sunday. That is not decided yet. Further discussion of this possibility will be taking place at our joint council meeting tomorrow evening. The Hollyton Church Council has decided on some updates to policies and procedures related to Sunday's in-person worship. And beginning this Sunday, October 11th, if we are open, we'll move to 6 feet of space to accommodate for more congregants. The weather is getting colder, and we want to make sure everybody is able to be inside and warm. This does mean that we will no longer be singing, and I know that's problematic. However, you may hum along to any music, and God will meet us there. Please continue to wear your masks throughout the service. Charge Conference is scheduled for Tuesday evening, October 27th at 6 p.m. It'll take place on Zoom. This year, the Charge Conference includes all members of both church councils. Election of trustees will take place this year by a show of hands, and that's normally by a written ballot as required by New York state law. However, provision has been made for this process to take place this year in light of COVID-19. My prayer is that God truly blesses you this week, that he meets you where you are and encourages you, that you feel lifted up and connected. And I, again, pray that you will take the challenge and reach out. We all need connection. The grace and peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Amen.